So I realized I've made a lot of videos on our channel regarding the Amazon influencer program because I have seen directly working with a lot of influencers on one-on-one that the creators who go all in on the Amazon influencer program, though there's pros and cons to it, the ones that really water that garden daily and like really put their effort are obviously seeing rewards from it, right? Today's video isn't talking about pros and cons or any of that. I want to actually get you to get your first sale, because I know how discouraging it could be to sign up to a platform or do something and be like, why aren't the sales coming? How do I get my first sale as an Amazon influencer? And always your first sale just gets you pumped, and it kind of just gets you like encouraged to keep going. Now, the first thing when it comes to your Amazon influencer storefront to get you that sale is that the storefront needs to look good. It's similar, right? When we think about our IG bios or TikTok bios, we talk about like this landing page, this place that's going to get people to stop on it. It's the first thing they see. How does this page look, right? So one of the things I'm going to obviously recommend doing is head over to Amazon. Even when you go under live streams, you're going to see a bunch of different creators listed there. And when you do that, you can go ahead and check out different accounts and see how they look. I'm just going to show a creator really quickly who I found while doing this exercise, Madison LaCroix. Thank you for checking out my storefront. Excited to be here to share my favorite products. Send me a text to get updated. Ooh, she has some sort of SMS texting, right? To see when I go live. So obviously I don't think that's her real phone number. Just so you guys know, that's probably some SMS tool that she is getting people's phone numbers and then she tells them when she goes live. And that probably gets people to want to shop with her because live shopping is the best. I literally had a creator tell me the other day, small little account made over high 5 figures, just selling on her lives. So I know the power of live shopping. But anyways, she has this like bio set up. She has her little banner. And then again, she has, let's look at her idea lists, right? So she has so many different lists. They're clearly organized. She has videos that she has posted. They're very helpful. She also has live streams that show the live stream as well as the products mentioned. So again, this girl's taking this seriously, right? But the one thing is that attractive storefront that we all see once we landed on here. So it's an important part. If you want to make your first sale before anything, clean up your storefront and look good. Now, something else I think creators kind of forget when they are trying to make a sale is that how many of us, be honest, tell me in the comments if this is you, go and make a storefront and then just leave it there. Like, bye. And like, don't update it regularly. It's not fresh. It's kind of like Instagram story highlights. I have seen story highlights that have been up there for like 365 days. They're not fresh. And it's kind of like that with your storefront. Like, are you updating it regularly? But sometimes things sell out. Like I went on a creator's storefront the other day. We were doing a storefront audit and a lot of the stuff out there was sold out. It wasn't available. I'm like, oh my gosh, no wonder people aren't buying. Like, it's obvious you don't put love in it. And I think people can tell. So update that page regularly, put it part of your content plan because that's going to be important to your business. Similarly, what type of products are you including? Are they high-rated products? Are they relevant products to your audience? Those are two different things. But you want to do relevant that your audience would be interested in getting. And then you also want to include products that do have high reviews, that do have high stars. That's going to help your probability of selling it versus if you put like a random vendor that has no stars, or something like that, people may not feel confident in buying. Now, like I mentioned before, very early on in today's video, live stream selling, that's where the magic happens. Again, it feels very QVC. It feels weird. It's like awkward. But I will tell you, if you want to make your first sale, you're going to strongly consider making videos for Amazon directly as well as a live stream. I know live streaming is a different beast, but I personally love it because you can just be yourself on screen. It gives creators this ability to connect in a raw way. Like, it creates this really interesting bond. So live selling, you want to get that first sell, consider your live stream process on Amazon. Because once you're live streaming on Amazon, then you can go ahead and people click those links right away. And then of course you can promote it to your email or your social. Say, guys, I'm going live on my Amazon today. And again, even if you have a few people just there and you're like, no one's watching, people can come back and watch it later. Amazon also has its own algorithm that promotes. So engaging content is going to help you sell better. Now, I mentioned, promoting your posts on social. You got to do it. I personally love when creators just link in stories or create highlights that are like, here are my links. It makes it very easy for me to find. including it maybe in your link in bio. Now, please don't make the mistake of having everything in your link in bio, like all these links. It gets really messy and really hard to navigate. So even just including your storefront there, or maybe a few links a week that you update. Shop my weekly favorites, boom, boom, boom. And then you update those. Again, I know it's not like just sitting there and waiting for it to happen, but you do got to put a little bit of work in it. Use your social platforms to promote those links, right? So if I was creating stuff in my YouTube page that had Amazon links, I would include those in the bottom. Every video I do, I have my little affiliate links at the bottom. I don't really talk about products on Amazon as much, but if I did, I would include them in this video at the bottom so that people that watch it can go and get them. You have to promote it. You can't just set up the storefront and just let it gather digital dust. You got to get in there, right? You got to get in there and give it the love it deserves. Similarly, email list. If you have like your favorites, I think from a content strategy perspective, creators need to create series. These are types of content that people want to look forward to. So if it's like Nina's favorites and every Friday I release my favorite tools for creators, that's going to help drive my first sale, right? Or we've sold on Amazon, but I'm saying like potentially your first sale or just sales in general. Creating some sort of series that from an editorial perspective, it gets people pumped. They're like, okay, well, like this is good. I have something to look forward to. I know that she's consistent with it. It's funny, I watched a video the other day on TikTok. It was like some motivational video, and it was telling me like, you don't need to be special to be successful. Like, it's just consistency. It really is that. It's the athlete who wakes up at 6 in the morning to train. It's, you know, the entrepreneur that puts in the work at the end of the day. So you're not special. Yes, there's talent, you know, and going into your God-given talent and things of that, but it's really that consistency. And that was so motivating for me too, because you don't really need much more than that persistence, resilience, dedication, and consistency. It's so hard, but it's necessary. Now, one thing we like to talk about here at Sidewalker Daily is using data to drive decisions, right? Like we always want to look at numbers and use those to make strategic decisions. I tell my influencers to do this on social. So why wouldn't I tell my Amazon influencers? If you are already making sales on your Amazon storefront, you're watching this video because you want to make more, go into those analytics and take a look and see what does well. Also, look at your social media content that has done well in the past. Anything that's kind of like that video that has popped off. Ask yourself, okay, why did this video pop off? Was there opportunity to integrate a product into said video? So like I had a creator recently tell me she did a packing video, that she did packing cubes and the video did great. The missed opportunity was the video did awesome, but she did not include that link to sell those packing cubes. And by the time, you know, she got there, the whole opportunity was missed. So a big part of making that sale is thinking about your content also strategically. How do you integrate products into it? And if you do integrate and the video pops off, are you ready? Do you have that link in bio with your shop here now, shop this link or whatever? You know, you can't think about that like 10 days after. Those are things that have to be done in the moment. And again, with strategy. So when you are coming up with your content calendar, you know, really pin to yourself and ask yourself, okay, I'm posting 4 times a week or 5 times a week. I'm posting 25 times a month. Out of those 25 posts, how many of them have some sort of affiliate mention or are product driven? Again, this is for people who want to sell their recommendations. And if you are not thinking like this, then no wonder you're like, oh, just kind of showing up and making a little video, you know, not versus saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to go all in on my Amazon storefront and I'm going to really put some effort. And out of those 25 posts, I'm going to allocate 20% to promoting affiliates and product driven content. Now, if you go on Instagram right now and type in that word Amazon influencer, you're going to see how often these people post. And that's a big part of, you know, just making those sales in general is competitive research. Go on Instagram, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, type in the word Amazon influencer, see what they're doing, look at their bios, look at their storefronts, look at their captions, look at their highlights, look at their link in bio tools, right? Because you have to kind of go and look at your landscape and see what others are doing so that you can add your flair to it or even make it better. So making sure you do that research is going to be very, very helpful for you in the long run to making more sales on your storefront. Now, if you're not making any sales on your storefront, you also have to ask yourself, and I know this may be like a little bit woo-woo, but like, what are you doing? Like, why do you want to make sales? Is this really attached to your niche, the products you're selling? Maybe there's like a weird fit there, right? Or I don't know, like, is it tie into your overall purpose? Sometimes people do the Amazon affiliate because they're like, well, I should do it. I have followers, like I should do it, but they don't really want to do it. And I find that like when you really don't want to do something, whether it's Amazon influencer, storefront, or Instagram, it shows in the content and then it's just kind of half-assed and it doesn't work. So I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm kind of saying, you know, make decisions not because the herd is everyone's on Amazon influencer, you know, make it because that's what you want to do. It's funny, I had a coaching call with this creator and she's like, I want to do Amazon influencing and I want to do that. But when we really looked at her content strategy, it had nothing to do with products and reviews and anything. So I'm like, why is Amazon influencing so important to you? And again, it helps like when you understand where you're going, big goals for your company, where you're kind of putting yourself in there in the big picture, because that's going to help it. Now, if you're a creator that comes to me and is like, I love sharing my life, I love sharing my cooking and my this and my products, then the Amazon influencer storefront is a natural fit for you. Integrate so naturally into what you're already doing. Sometimes we're not making that sale because the content doesn't really make sense with an influencer storefront, you know? And that's something that you have to really think about. Like here at Sidewalker Daily, we're all about making decisions and helping you scale your business, not because of what everyone else does, but what's right for you. So maybe you need help figuring out your monetization strategies. Maybe you need help really figuring out a plan of how you're going to make money, because there's a lot of different ways. And the biggest lesson I will always share with every creator is it's hard to do it all. So you really better focusing in on 2 or 3 ways. So if you want me to get in your business with you, help you make strategic decisions about monetization, about long-term goals, where you're going, or even help you put together that influencer storefront plan so you can scale your affiliates, whatever it may be, I'm happy to help you. I do one-on-one coaching. You can book a session with me. I will leave a link below. And that way I can get in with you in your business, help you think long-term, and help you make those decisions that even make sense with what your long-term goals are. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I look forward to working with you on one-on-one, and I will see you in the next video.